What's up, guys? Really excited for this video. This is something I wanted to do for a long time, and that is interview you guys, the viewers, so you can share with us some total gym or starting bench training success stories, also maybe some practical diet tips that can help all of us. And today we're gonna be interviewing Doug, who is gracious enough to kind of get this ball rolling. I think you guys are gonna like him, get a lot of motivation from him. Doug is 66 years old. He has had a success story of kind of getting down from like 290 pounds down to around 220 pounds. His goal weight is 190 pounds. He's doing awesome work so far. He accomplished all this in a relatively short period of time so far, also at the age of 66, which is also really cool. In this video, Doug's gonna share with you guys specifically what he does for his workouts. He's gracious enough to kind of send some PDFs my way. I'll put those on the screen so you guys can see that. Also gonna share some very practical and great dietary advice that again helped him lose all that weight. And for the sake of time, I really had to edit this video down, but he had some previous knee injuries and nagging issues that kind of allowed him to kind of stop training. But what we kind of took out of this video is that even at age 66, he's still training martial arts, he's still kicking the heavy bag, he's still working out really hard, and he's staying consistent, which you guys will gather from this video. All this to say that Doug is a very motivational guy, got a great story. So if you guys want to show Doug some love, you have some specific questions, definitely put them down in the comment section. I'm sure he'd be more than willing to answer those for you. If you guys want to be featured on a future video, definitely reach out to me at slidingbenchtrainer@gmail.com or just go to the website, slidingbenchtrainer.com, to contact me there. As always though, guys, if you guys like this video, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing. I will put timestamps on the video to help you guys navigate this, but let's jump right into it.
But yeah, so Doug, just tell us a little about yourself and just kind of what your fitness journey and your weight loss journey, and kind of what worked for you.
Like I said, I was in the Navy for 20 years. I injured my knee going down what's called a ladder, carrying these boxes back in 1984. Up to then, I was really I was one stripe away. I was a red belt with a black stripe on my way to being a black belt in Taekwondo, an International Taekwondo Federation back then. And then I blew my knee out, and then that changed everything. And the doctors then told me I would never be able to kick again. I'd never be able to do Taekwondo. And I actually listened to them. I took up tennis. I became competitive in tennis. But over the years, my knee deformed and I couldn't straighten it out. And it got really bad. So I couldn't even barely play singles, barely play doubles. And it was really depressing. And then during that time, I gained a lot of weight because, I couldn't run. I just gained a lot of weight. I got up to 297 pounds. Like I told you, I was a double cheeseburger and fries away from 300 pounds. And then something clicked. And I said, I don't want to be 300 pounds. And so I decided to start losing weight. I took out my bags again, and then I put them in my garage. The Total Gym was in my garage at that time too. The old 2002 Total Gym, totally black. It lasted that long. For all those people who don't think Total Gyms last, that lasted. I could still be using it. But
so how many years was that when you got that original Total Gym?
That was 2002.
Oh, okay. Wow.
2002. And I had it up to this year.
And were you still using it pretty consistently, or were you kind of on and off with it?
I slack. I didn't use it all the time. Only, that's obviously. So, but then I decided to start using it again, and I went down. When you first start losing weight, and I started, I did it kind of drastically at first. So I was staying under 1,200 calories a day, and I was getting down. And it was coming really quick. Then you plateau, and then you're still plateauing. And then I don't eat. I never was a big you mentioned fast food in your videos, but I don't go to fast food. I just like the real food.
Mm-hmm.
I like lasagna.
Yeah.
You got to hit me in the brick to keep the pizza out of my mouth. And so I like pizza. I like Mexican food, Chinese, so I like eating it. And so I had to cut the portions. That's portion control. That's hard because I like to eat, but I don't, but I've got it down. So now last time I talked to you, I think I told you 2 weeks ago, I was 225.
So how long total from 295 down to where you are now?
Years. So in 217, that's when my knee replacement. That's when, so it's been that journey, and I'm not there. I want to get under, but when we moved from California, that kind of like to Northern Alabama, that put a hold on my training. So I didn't, for like 8 months, I couldn't train because I was ready to move. I had to do things. I had a big property in California I had to get rid of. So I couldn't train. And so when I finally got here to Alabama, got situated, I get my gym established, I can start training again. And now that I'm training again, I'm on track. But the time I turn 66 will be in May, middle of May. I'll be close to my goal at 200 pounds.
What was kind of the nutshell of that program that you were following, or weight loss stuff in general?
Well, it was like I didn't eat anything white. So no white potatoes, no white rice, no bread. I just went to meat. You know, I ate my meat, I ate my chicken, I ate my turkey, and vegetables. That's it. But it's small, small portions. And eggs.
How big was a portion?
Oh,
Just
like
so
about
everybody
what
can
you
help.
just showed me.
Just about that. About that.
No, a
much?
little bit bigger than that.
Okay. So like
Yeah,
a
like
small
that.
plate. Almost. Okay.
Yeah, like that.
And so you'd have that breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or did you have 3
No,
meals a day?
I was only eating maybe twice a day. So I would have breakfast, and I would have like a lunch or a dinner, like early 4 o'clock. I never ate anything past 6 o'clock. And then I went into that intermediate fasting for over 18 hours. That works too. So I got to get back on that. That works. That's what I'm doing now. So I go at least 18 to 20 hours between meals.
Do you feel you're you sustained? You pretty hungry or not hungry? You pretty satiated?
You're gonna be hungry. So what? You got to get over it.
No, I'm just curious. I'm just curious. So people.
I know you're gonna be
wonder,
hungry. You're gonna say, "Oh, I'm hungry." Well, yeah, you're gonna be hungry. So what? Get over it.
Do you allow yourself any kind of?
Oh, my Navy's coming out. My Navy's 20 years of Navy's coming out.
Do you have any kind of cheat meal or any day you're like, okay, I'll have a little more this day, or no?
Oh, once in a while. So we don't go out for dinner much. So if we do go out for a restaurant dinner, then we do it. And then that's when I blow it. But you can't totally be, like I told you earlier, I don't know if I told you, I'm not a monk.
Well, that sounds what you're doing. Most people will be like, man, for 3 years, eating 2 small meals all day, staying hungry. That's a lot of commitment and discipline. Most people won't stick to. I mean, I don't know if I really summed it up, but that sounds.
Well, you're
hard.
right. Most people won't do it, but I'm not most people. Neither are you.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I got going for me is I was consistent the whole time. You had a.
Yeah, I haven't been as consistent, but you haven't had any major injuries too. Most people that have that, some people, I say most, but some people, they get discouraged and they quit. There's lots of reasons for me to quit along the road. There's tons of them, but I just had to push those aside. You have to keep sticking with it, and then you just don't. And you have to have. My philosophy is like when I played competitive tennis and so with martial arts, is that at least twice a week you have like a real serious workout. And then the rest of the time, it's like you're having a coasting. You're coasting. You can't have workouts where you're burning yourself out every freaking time. You're not gonna, I saw one of your videos, said you're gonna hate going to work out. You're gonna hate it. Why am I gonna work? I'm gonna get grueling. It's gonna suck. I don't want to do this because it's too hard. And so that's why I tapered my workouts now. My total gym workouts and my weight routine, I split them up, and I have no more than 90 minutes a day. Most of my total gym now is like just over an hour.
So let's say if we summed up all the effective stuff that you're using, Doug, that will help other people. Let me know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it basically is you're not tracking calories too much. You're just kind of you're doing intermittent fasting now, but it's really just 2 meals, smaller portions, mostly meat and vegetables. And that's pretty much it. Once in a while you go out to dinner.
I don't even count calories as you should. That's a joke. Yeah, don't count calories. Now I can do it pretty much not count and have a moderate lifestyle. I'm still doing it because I'm eating the right food. I'm working out more. And then once you start going down, like once they hit past 230, I'm wanting to work out more.
Yeah.
You feel like, God, I want to do it. And like I said, the total gym that's just more fun. It is, especially with all the little attachments I got. Thanks to you.
You got tons of natural energy flowing through you. I can just feel it coming through here. People watching are going to sense that. So,
well, because the thing is, people always tell me that. And so it's because I survived a bypass, right? So I was almost dead. And so so every day when I get up, my attitude is, hey, I'm above ground. Let's live.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. You were getting into the pros of using the total gym versus the weights. You want to get into that a little bit? Just stuff
the weights make you feel strong and it's all good. But But you know, at times it could be drudgery, right? It
Yeah.
feels like drudgery. But see, the total, like the total gym's fun. It's fun going through the reps. It's fun going through different exercises. You can smoothly go from one to the next. You can change. You don't have to, like you said, your levels. You don't have to worry about changing the weights, and it's just so much smoother. And so it's much fun. Like I have that attachment for my incline sit-ups, like you do the incline sit-ups on the total gym. I have the bench that folds out. It can be like a straight bench, so you can make a straight bench. Then it has you can have the different levels on the squat rack where you can do your toe raises and your calf raises. And so it's the total gym is just so versatile. It's just it's smooth and I just like it. But you make the exercises look easy, so you're so advanced, you know. So a lot of people watching your stuff, they go, "Wow, that looks good," but I don't know if I can do that. But that's okay.
I don't know. I mean,
that's okay. That's okay because it's an inspiration. It's like it's like it's good inspiration, so it's okay.
you're the inspiration, brother. You got that. I mean, that's a solid work schedule. And with your injuries and what you dropped down, and that discipline, just sticking to the weight, and you're going to be a motivator to a lot of people who watch.
But I'm just one. I'm like a foodaholic. I'm just one large pepperoni, mushroom, and sausage pieces away from being 297 pounds again.
What would you? I mean, just thinking about people watching this, they're gonna be thinking, okay, I got your diet down, we got your training down. Maybe just sticking with it. I mean, just tips of just being consistent and just things you've noticed. Also, you said you're turning, was it 66?
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing a lot of work. Some people, I know they're getting close to that age, and they're like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. My goal is to be you when I'm 66.
Oh, you don't want to be
doing
you don't want these guns. You want guns?
Yeah, I do want those guns. Yeah, but that works. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to be able to do all that much work. I mean, you're doing a lot of work kicking heavy bags. Most people, I know people that are 20 that can't kick a heavy bag, can't do the work and discipline you got. So what are some things you think that just kind of motivate you to stay on track? That's one of the hardest things is people get on for 1 or 2 months and they fall off.
What I'm going to say, it might not be popular. But it's true. You're either going to do it or you don't. And you either have it in you or you don't. Like not everybody's you, right? Like Goggins. Not everybody's Goggins. What's Goggins? What he's famously say when people say that he's crazy, he's doing all these marathons, he's working all this hard. And his answer is, I'm not you. And that's it. You're not me. They're not me. But there's going to be some people there that can figure it out and say, what am I? Can I do this? And guess what? What you learn from the Goggins books is that you only use most people only use like 30% of their potential. So there's so much potential left that you can mentally call back up. And you do it. And I think that has to also do not just my martial art training at Taekwondo at an early age, but also in the Navy. Because in the Navy, I wasn't allowed to quit. At that time, I don't know what it is like now, but at that time, you're not allowed to quit. You had to work through it. And, and so, and the mental discipline from doing old style Taekwondo back in the day, that helped a lot too, because not everybody did that either. It was hard. It's not like, I see some of the programs now. It's like it's almost like participation trophies, and so are we participating, or are you going to be doing something? You got to do it. It doesn't mean you kill yourself every freaking workout. That's just no way. You just have to have a couple. Like when I was doing competitive Taekwondo and also in tennis, I would work out, and same can work in boxing or any martial art. Is that say you work out 5 times a day, 5 times a week. Well, one of those days you got to find somebody that's better than you that can kick your butt. One of those days you got to find somebody that you can easily kick their butt. And then you got the other times you have to be pretty competitive, close to you. Because if you always fighting or you're always competing with people that are so much better than you, you get gun shy. You don't develop the confidence to exercise your techniques because the person that you're in front of you is just so much better. So you have to have that type of training where you're going to be able to practice and with somebody not as good as you, someone way better than you. And then most of the time, if you're lucky, you try to get people close to you. That's it.
How long are your workouts, your total gym workouts? You were saying that earlier.
This is what I just learned too, of all these years. The shorter was the better. I was doing like 2-hour workouts, like just a month ago. And then I didn't have energy to do my other stuff. And then I didn't have energy to do my martial arts. So I had to cut it up. So now I'm doing at least an hour, maybe hour and 15 minutes max on my total gym, and also on my weights. And that's it. So that gives me time and energy to want to do my martial art training, my kicking and my punching. And
so how long was that? You said an hour?
What?
How long was your total gym training again?
Now it's an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
At the I used to do over 2.5 hours.
Wow.
But I was doing everything at once. So I did full body, chest, lats, everything, legs, 2.5 hours. And I'm not doing it. The most I was rest, I go like a minute rest. So I have to take a minute because, like I said, I'm 65 years old.
That's a lot of work, yeah.
So I realized that was counterproductive. I'm actually doing better now, cutting it up.
All right, so obviously Doug was such a pleasure to talk with. Hopefully you guys got a lot of good information. I wanted to show you guys some clips of his gym. We talked about over close to an hour, I believe. I had to really chop this thing up just for the sake of time, but he's got the Encompass, really cool. I'll even link some of this stuff down below if you guys want to check it out. But he kind of uses the blend of the total gym and the weights. I think he was, at least could be a bias here, he was definitely more partial to using the total gym. It seemed like that for me when I was talking to him. But I put the workouts in the video. You guys could kind of see that. But I just want to show you some of his staple equipment. You can see he's got a nice fully furnished gym. You got some martial arts equipment in there. Him, his wife, and even his daughter kind of come over and take advantage of this space. So really cool, awesome person to talk to. Hopefully he's got a lot of knowledge from this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Again, if you guys are interested in being featured in one of the future video, let me know, reach out to me, and I'll see you guys. Thank you.